Are you thinking about making a move to Seal Beach, California? Well, in this video, I'm going to drive you around Seal Beach, talk about the city a little bit, show you some points of interest, and stick around to the end and you're going to learn a lot about the city. So let's get into it right now. Okay, right now we are pulling into the First Street parking lot. It's basically at the mouth of the San Gabriel River. San Gabriel River runs in through between Seal Beach and Long Beach, so there's a divider. I don't know if you can see it from the video, but there's a divide between Seal Beach and Long Beach, and that's the San Gabriel River. And when there's bad storms out, it can get the beach in here. When the tide goes down, you'll see a lot of trash along there. So once a month, citizens of Seal Beach will actually go down and clean it up, and it doesn't say trash long. We're also right now we are at the beach house, which is probably one of my favorite spots in Seal Beach to eat. It's right on the beach. They're having a surfing competition right now in the San Gabriel River. And usually every weekend something's going on. Not usually major events, but there's usually something to do in the city. So not every weekend, but quite a bit. So now we're going to go up here out of the parking lot. If you'll notice there's your beach house. Thank you for visiting the beach house. So one of the things to note about this parking lot is that it is paid parking. It's like $2 for an hour or something like that, or two hours, but not bad. But yeah, if you want to come eat at the beach house and you want to pay for parking, here's where you park, along the street right here. We're on First Street. To the left is Rivers End Park. There's some workout stations throughout the park. It's a nice little park. It's more of a drought-resistant terrain in there. Plants and stuff like that, so it's kind of cool. During the wet months, there's like a little water feature or basin in there, and it gets kind of full. It's pretty cool. Real quick, if this is your first time to the channel, subscribe and tap the notification bell so that you'll be the first to know about the real estate market in Southern California. My name is Steve Batiz, and I'm the broker owner of NextHome West Realty. And we get calls, emails, and texts every single day from people just like you looking to make their move into Southern California. So if that's you, don't be shy. Give me a call, send me a text, or shoot me an email. I'd love to help you make a smooth transition into the area. Now these homes right here on your right, they're newer homes, some of the newer homes down in Old Town. They are starting around $4.5 million. As you can probably see, right ahead of us, there's the San Gabriel River. So these homes are right up against the river and facing the park. So there's not a lot of nothing really blocking a lot of these homes' views. Some of these homes in the back, yes, they're going to be a little less expensive, but for the most part, really nice homes in here. Then we're going to come down here, and we have a condominium complex right here. I'm going to go ahead and drive through that so you can get an idea of what that looks like once I get cleared through for some traffic. Now, that's the one thing about Old Town Seal Beach. Not a whole lot of car traffic down here usually. So this is River Beach. These are actually townhomes. I said condos, but they're more like townhomes. These down here on the end are along the water, so they're going to be more expensive. 1.7-ish but I have seen townhomes in here go up for 1.3, 1.4 recently, which is, considering where you're at, it's a really good deal in Seal Beach. A lot of people move into Seal Beach and they don't move, they don't leave. So pretty good deal for actually being in Old Town Seal Beach. Now Seal Beach, for those of you that don't know the area, you pretty much have Seal Beach, Old Town, then you have the Hill, which is right across Pacific Coast Highway. We'll cover that in another video. Then you have College Park, East and West, and then you have Leisure World, which is a 55 plus community. And I'll actually go into that in a different video as well, kind of drive you through there. I do have a lot of videos out right now on Leisure World, but if you're of retirement age, great place to live. It's all cash, that's the only caveat, but because of that, a lot of the units in there are, you can get in there for $350. Sometimes you'll see high, like $299, $289, somewhere in that neighborhood. But great place. And one of the other things too about Seal Beach is a very tight-knit community. People here are really friendly. If you're living in the Old Town, you'll get to know the people around, and just really friendly city. So now we are driving up. We're on Marina right now. I'm trying to see if it's okay. This is straight ahead is Central, which basically cuts all the way down to Old Town, but I'm going to go up Marina. We have a senior community, or Marina Community Center right here on the left, some apartments on the right. There are a lot of apartments in Seal Beach, so it's kind of mixed between single family homes and apartments. So there's a lot of 2, 3, 4 unit apartments. That one back there is has a lot more than that, but as you can see, there's a Marina Market on the right we just passed. So it's like a little market down in Old Town. If you want to go, you don't have to go over to the grocery store. You can just walk down to the market from if you're on the north side of the pier. It's pretty close. To the left here we have a few restaurants in there. Patty's Place. There's a really good Japanese place, Thai place in there. Excellent food. Now we're actually driving down 6th Street, and this is Electric. So now Electric basically runs the whole length of Old Town Seal Beach, and there's a green belt in the middle. To your left here is the library. I hate to say this, but it's been a while since I've been in the library. With the advent of Amazon and e-book or electronic books, audio books. I used to read a lot. Not so much anymore, but even then I would buy the books and not necessarily go to the library, but there is a library there. So now we are at Main Street. Now I'm gonna take a right here. Main Street actually goes up. If I were to take a left, we would be at the next light would be Pacific Coast Highway. I'll try to come back down through here in a minute, but this is this is going to right now. We're going towards the pier. You have Nick's on the right, which is like the best breakfast burritos you'll ever have. You have Bay Hardware on the right as well. Avila's Mexican restaurant, damn good Mexican food. Especially in Southern California, it's hard. Mexican food is very good in Southern California at most places, but yeah, Avila's is top notch. Then you have Walt's Wharf on the right. If you want like steak and seafood, they've been around for a long time. Really good food. It gets packed at night too. You have Javatini's Espresso on the little coffee shop on the left here that we just passed. Going down, we just passed Hennessy's, which is it's an Irish bar / restaurant. They have really good burgers in there. The other thing about Old Town is there's 4 Irish bars in Old Town itself, so they love their Irish bars here. Then down here on the left, you'll see the Hangout, which is a very popular spot. It's kind of a diner, great food. Usually it's busy in there. If you'll notice, I'm right in front of the pier right now, so that's part of the attraction of the Hangout, because you're like right there next to the pier. So a lot of people go there. I'm going to take a right here. Now we're on Ocean. So like I said, people have tents set up playing music in the park. Right here is Eisenhower Park on the left, and then I'm going to go down into the beach parking. And I'm kind of doing a loop here, kind of a circle, just so you can kind of get an idea of the Old Town, the city. And the electric bikes, they run the road out here. So this is your beach parking. If you live in the city, you can get a parking pass for beach parking for $100 a year, and you could park in the parking lot that we first started at down on First Street, where the beach house is. You can park in this parking lot, which is it's north of the pier, and then you can park in the one south of the pier, which is we'll drive in there in a minute. But if you notice over here on the right, you have a bunch of volleyball courts. A lot of people out at the beach today. You can see the pier, so it gets pretty busy down here. Oh, another thing too, we're passing the M&M Surfing School van. They've been around for a long time. They have surfing lessons. You can buy packages to learn how to surf. And some of my other videos you can see in the back of the van where they have all the surfboards and everything that you'll need. But of course, I'm sure you can bring your own surfboards to learn. But here we're at the bottom of the pier. Now right here you have the lifeguard station for the city, and there's also a police station on the other side of it, like a substation on the other side of that building. So now let's go back up to Ocean, and I'm going to take a left and kind of show you some of the homes along the ocean and talk about what the prices look like on those. Now, if you notice here on the right side too, there's some condo units there. The last ones I saw sold for about 1.6 million, but the people that bought it, they went in and had to redo the whole thing. I don't know if they had to, but they did, and they're incredible, and they're right by the pier. That was a steal when they got them. Okay, so now we're driving down Ocean. The homes on the left, you see one for sale right here on the left. It's going for about 9 million, but it's right on the water. The ones on the right, and you can see the difference in the homes. They're, some are older, then some are brand new. We have people working on one of the homes here on the left. So it's kind of a mixed bag of price points. So if I say you can get a home on the the right side of Ocean as we're driving, not on the water side, for 5 million. You might see them less than that. you're probably going to see them higher than that. You know, people come in and they'll buy some of these homes, like you can see the one here on the left, and they'll knock down the house and leave one wall standing and just rebuild, put a new home there. So, you know, it's just how it is. There's very few homes go for sale on the water down there. You know, last year one went for $13 million. It was immaculate. They didn't have to do anything to it. They went in, they bought the house, and you know, pretty much moved right in. It was move-in ready, brand new, not brand new construction, but newer construction, and it had a double lot, so hence the price. Then along through here, we're actually on 4th Street right now. So these homes in here, you can also see there's a difference in, like, some of the ones on the right are smaller. They'd probably go for, you know, low 2s, and then they go up from there. There's one up here on the right. You might be able to see it's a yellow home. That one's currently listed for 2.9. And then another home sold down here closer to the water probably about a month ago for about 2.7. So it really depends on the actual home that you're looking at. So some of the smaller homes, you know, they'll be, you know, 1,500 square feet, and the larger homes are going to be, you know, 3,000 square feet plus, depending on where you're looking. So I'm going to go back to, actually we're going to go up to PCH, and then we're going to go down and hit Main Street, so you can kind of get an idea of, you know, yeah, actually on the right here is a hotel that we, you know, that's probably I think it's the only hotel in Old Town, Seal Beach. So. And right now we're at PCH and Marina. Awesome flower shop on the right here, Devon's Gardens. You just go in there and you can tell them, I want a bouquet of blue or a bouquet of yellow, and they'll put everything together. They have the vases and everything there, or vases, however you want to pronounce it. But pretty easy, just go in there, they'll take care of everything. And this is usually what happens here at this, you know, when you're getting on a PCH. You know, as you can imagine, PCH has a lot of traffic at times. So right now we're coming back up to Main Street and PCH. So to the left, there's a Pavilions grocery store, which is the only grocery store down in this area. It's actually considered more of the hills. So the hill's going to be on my left right now, and the right again is Old Town. And now I'm going to take you down the top part of Main Street, kind of point out. Over here to your right is a Harbor Surfboards, which is, if you see this logo on anything, anywhere, that's basically synonymous with Seal Beach. So, you know, it's on Seal Beach. Crema Cafe is on the left. The lemon meringue pies and the key lime pies in that place, unbelievable. Like, I can't say enough. I have to stay out of there because I would eat one of those every single day. Matter of fact, I'm on a diet right now, but I really want one of those key lime pies. So good. So now I'm going to turn down Electric, and this is one of the older homes in Seal Beach here on the right too. It's like a Victorian style, really cool house, decorated for Halloween, of course. So some of these now, if you can see the homes over on the left side, those homes I've seen them recently go on the market for about 1.6. There are some across, like once you cross over this green belt, I've seen homes over there, you know, for about 1.8. They were actually closer to PCH, which, I mean, if the closer you get to PCH, the cheaper the houses are going to be. And when I say cheaper, I mean 1.8 is not cheap, but they're less expensive than the homes that are on the west side of the Greenbelt. So east side of the Greenbelt, between the Greenbelt and PCH, are going to be a little less expensive because, you know, PCH is loud sometimes. You know, the fire trucks, the police, when they're going down PCH, you're going to hear them. But you're still in Old Town, you know, in Old Town Seal Beach, which is an incredible place to live. And we're coming up right now, straight ahead is the Naval Weapons Station off to the, well, it's actually straight ahead and to the left. I was hoping there'd be a ship into this. You can kind of see what that looks like, but basically ships pull into the Naval Weapons Station, which is you know, actually part of Seal Beach, and they load up and then go out to sea. So sometimes you'll see you know, sailors or Navy guys walking around in town. It's, you know, it's really cool. I mean, for me, being in the Navy for 13 years, you know, it's kind of cool to see some of the younger guys and stop and talk to them. But, you know, they're also dredging that little harbor out there so that they can fit 2 aircraft carriers in there. You know, I have mixed feelings about it because 2 aircraft carriers is a lot of people. So when they come, if they ever do put 2 aircraft carriers in there, we're going to be busy. Down here on this end of town, you'll see on my left there's a Dolphin Market, which has not been open for a while. Not sure what they're planning on doing with that, but it used to be a market down here on the south side of the pier. So this is, you know, we're approaching 14th Street right now. Again, a lot of the homes on my left side are, you know, pretty much apartments. Sometimes you can get a deal on an apartment building. One just went for about $5 million, but it was down on the water, which is a steal. You know, if you're looking for an investment and you're looking for apartment buildings, like down in this area on the south side of the pier, towards the water, and we're on Ocean right now. You can find some really good deals down there. Usually the apartments are smaller, but you know, it's like I said before, there's very few homes actually go up for sale down here, but when they do, you're going to want to, you know, jump on it. And then we're coming up now, we're going to be pulling into the south parking lot. I'll go ahead and drive down there so you can kind of see that too. So again, we have, you know, on the right here, there's apartment units, and you can kind of see when I come back up the other way, you'll be able to see those a little bit better. But in this parking lot, you know, I've only seen it full, like max capacity, a few times. Usually it's not bad parking over there. And then right here by the pier, you'll see there's a kids playground. You can bring your kids down in here. And there's our friendly Seal Beach parking police who will write you a ticket in a split second. She's really nice though. I've done her before. Just, you know, don't, warning in advance, don't park down here without a pass. Don't park more than 18 inches away from the curb and the rest of Old Town Seal Beach. If your tags are expired, don't park down here, they'll catch you for, they have tag readers on the car, so they just literally drive down the road and get people. And it's kind of a joke in the city that the parking place are, they're on it for sure. But now, like I was saying, you can see this building to the right here, and that is a apartments right here, and you can kind of see the homes down the boardwalk here. Kind of a cool little boardwalk to walk down. But yeah, I got somebody behind me. But if you're thinking about moving to the area, anywhere, Seal Beach, give me a call, shoot me a text, send me an email. My phone number is in the description below. I've had people have a hard time looking my number up, but just call me, reach out if you have any questions. I'd love to help you out.